All right, so I guess we're live now. All right, welcome to the Well Actually podcast. We've been gone for a while, but we're back.
We're back and we're better.
Okay,
Sorry.
they're ad libs. Okay, welcome. All right, I'd like to welcome the I team, as they're affectionately known. Or how would you like to introduce yourself?
Frickin' frack.
Definitely not freaking frack.
That's up to y'all. So go ahead. Go ahead.
We're the African Kardashians.
Oh my god.
No,
yeah.
no.
Go
No,
ahead.
no.
Keep going. You'll get there eventually. What is the name you're going for?
I guess we don't have a name.
Yeah, we don't need a name.
We're singing and we're colored.
We don't need a name.
You don't need a name.
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't.
Okay, that works. That is perfectly fine. All right. So again, welcome to the Well Actually podcast. Please remember to rate, review, and subscribe to the Well Actually podcast. And of course, we had a little bit of an echo there, but these things happen. This episode of the Well Actually podcast is brought to you by our sponsor, Niger Food Depot, where you can get your favorite African and Caribbean food items delivered to your door, except if you live in Alaska, Hawaii. I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know who told you guys to live there, but yeah. So use the code podcast and you get 10% off your next order. That's nigerfooddepot.com. All right. So wow,
Sorry.
what was that?
I'm picking up your business.
Oh, okay. I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. So, all right, we have a lot of things to get to in a little bit of time, so we're just gonna jump into it. And I don't know. Do you guys want to start with the Met Gala, or do you want? Where do you guys want to start?
It's
It's
up to you.
Yeah.
It's up to me. So yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely think we should start at the Met Gala because there were a lot of things that I saw and I don't really understand. So maybe because I'm not like a fashionable person, that I just didn't get what was going on with a lot of people. I think like a regular dress and nice tux or whatever is good, but some people who showed up looked like they were wearing a cereal blanket. Some people look like I don't know.
I feel like you just threw shade at Rihanna. ASAP Rocky.
Like I said, I'm not a fashionable person, so maybe I just didn't get it. But what I'm trying to say is, since both of you consider yourselves fashionable, how would you explain what happened, or what looks did you actually like? Because you considered me throwing shade at someone.
So before we get started,
Mhm.
I don't consider myself fashionable. I am, but that's besides the point. I think the look for the year was American fashion through time. Is that what it was?
I have no idea.
I think that's what it was. So everybody was, I guess, for the most part, wearing fashionable statement pieces throughout the timeline, notable pieces. That's all I can give you.
So what was so notable about them then?
I think it was supposed to be like American fashion and trends, so that's why I saw a lot of denims.
Right.
Like just like very American,
Mhm.
I guess attire. But then, like Nkechi said,
Throughout time,
right?
yeah.
So
So it was just be American. That was the theme. Because if you're talking about denim, I remember that picture of Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake.
in the matching denim, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that was-
that's why Lupita wore her denim dress.
Right.
She was paying homage to that.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I don't think so. They're not the first ones to wear denim. I definitely don't think that.
Wait, how did you pronounce that? Say that again, please. She was
Homage.
paying what?
Homage?
Just paying homage. Homage.
I'm not shading you. Like I said, I consider you. Well, you said you don't consider yourself to be fashionable. You just are. If that's how you want to do it, but all right. So which looks were your favorites? Let's start there.
Because you want to go first?
No, you can go.
So off the rip, Yara Shahidi. That
Isn't it because is it because you like her, or was her look actually good?
absolutely, that's the only reason. But
Because you like
also,
her.
yes, and I also feel as if her dress wasn't so out of the box. It was something that I could see myself wearing. Now, I'm going to throw in Rihanna because I like Rihanna. Because you
Rihanna?
don't look at me like that.
Okay,
That's
okay.
why I said I'm going to throw in Rihanna just because I like her. And I understand what she was going for because she did say that um, she wore the black hoodie, well, the black blanket, because when it comes to black people, they're criminalized for wearing black hoodies. So she wanted to make it fashionable.
Ah,
She
okay.
wasn't wearing a hoodie
I
though.
know she wanted to make the hoodie into a dress.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, all right.
It's interesting.
Uh, oh, okay. Casey, what about you?
Um, who was my fave? You know, I'm not gonna
Shucks.
lie, I don't really know their looks. I don't really. So okay, so I haven't really been on Instagram recently. So like, I just saw a couple of pictures. I saw bad looks. So
Okay. You know what? That might be better. So who were the bad looks in your opinion then?
I mean, Rihanna, ASAP Rocky, Lupita. There were so many.
Really?
Kelechi thought
Yes.
all the looks were bad. She thought all the looks were bad.
And then you had, who was in a ball gown? Like, someone was like in a yellow ball gown. I'm like, are you guys going to the same?
Normani.
Oh no,
Normani.
man.
Yeah, she was in a yellow ball gown.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. It was all over the place. I'm
Maybe
like,
that was an homage to Cinderella.
Is that your word of the day?
right.
Is that
It
what
was
we're
like
doing?
homage,
That's your word of the
homage.
day? Okay.
Maybe it wasn't an homage.
Maybe that's the only thing that she had that was clean. Who knows? Okay.
You
Great.
guys, I
Yeah.
just like them.
Okay. Another member of the I team is here.
Hi guys, unfortunately my camera can't be working because of, one or two things.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. Okay. All right. Are you going to introduce yourself?
Oh, hey guys. My name is Uche, DJ
Okay.
Chewy, because I also DJ, here and there.
Okay.
Chaserella, because I'm also an actress and a singer. Uchinator, because I'm like the Terminator as well. And I'm the sister to these beautiful girls that you see, and yeah, glad to be here because
All
I'm
right.
well actually.
Well, we're glad to have you.
I see
And you
what you
said
did there.
the Uchinator.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate that. All right. So, getting back to what we were just saying before, did you want to chime in on our current conversation? Basically, we're talking about the good and bad looks from the Met Gala.
Good looks. I liked Kendall. She just looked like a princess. She looked really nice. Chloe and Halle looked beautiful. Megan always looks good. I just think her dress she could
Wasn't
have
it a
given us
little
more.
understated? I feel like
Yeah,
Megan's
she could
dress
have
was a
given us
little
more.
understated.
Who, Meg the Stallion?
Yeah.
Meg the
Oh, okay.
Stallion. Alicia Keys looked amazing. She always looks amazing. So what didn't I like? I don't know what kind of Princess of Darkness Kim was going for.
Oh my
She was
gosh.
trying to look. I feel like she was channeling Venom.
I think she wasn't. And
No,
then
but you know what? Her and Kanye West are like different. So it could have been like, all black out for Black Lives Matter because it's part of
I don't
America.
think so. I
I
think
don't think her husband thinks Black Lives Matter.
right. And I think sometimes we try and think for people. I think Kanye is all about the shock effect. So it's like, oh, did they say we should dress up in suit? I'm going to come in a hoodie and trainers just to show that I'm Kanye. Did they say we should come in pajamas? I'm going to come in a suit and with a briefcase. It's like, we get it, Kanye. You don't give two F's about anything. So you can roll out of bed. But then it's like he wants to be known as this artistic guy. And then everyone is like, oh yeah, everything he does is art. He's just trying to make money.
Uh,
And
I
then
don't have.
Kim loves
Go ahead.
attention too, so
Right,
it's like
right.
she's with a guy who loves attention. She
Just
loves
as much as
attention,
her.
so they
Yeah.
always do things for attention. She knew people were going to be like, "Oh my gosh, why'd she cover her face and why is she in all black?" She does everything for attention. I thought she had stopped, but apparently she hasn't. So
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
they
no,
look silly.
no. So I typically don't like talking about that guy because I never have anything nice to say about him. So I'm speaking about Kim's husband. So I so yeah,
What
but
about the
so
guys?
uh
I said, what about the guys?
were there even any men in attendance?
Yeah,
Oh,
ASAP
yes.
came. ASAP wore
Oh,
blankets and then took
I
it off
mean,
like,
apart from the one that was
y'all ain't,
wearing, yeah.
you guys ain't never seen nothing like this. That was just a regular black suit. Like,
What
okay.
about Lil Nas X?
What about
What
him?
did he wear? He looked like a little soldier, right? A toy soldier, something like that.
She's not so rude. She's like, what about him?
No,
I,
I mean, like,
I mean, the only thing that really stuck out to me about the whole thing was when there was like a clip of Kendall walking up the stairs to her mother, and the song that was playing in the background was a CK song, and
was a
apparently
what?
because CK, that Love Wantinti is a Nigerian artist, so
Really?
because of that clip, that song became like the most Shazam song in the world.
Really?
Yes, so
I
it was
like that
like
song. It's a really nice
Wow.
song.
So it was like
You don't know the song?
it was
No, I
playing in
know
the
the
background.
song.
It was playing faintly in the background, but because that clip got so much run and people were asking what song is that? What song is that? And his song just happened to be the one playing at that time.
Oh.
That's good.
Yeah,
I'm
just
all for African artists, like,
Right.
breaking through and getting fame. And if that's what it takes, then great. I mean, it's an old song, but
Hopefully, the next time such hype happens, it'll be around Thames. You know.
I mean,
So
okay, so speaking of Thames, like she's on some other stuff right now. Like
She absolutely is.
it just got announced that she got a deal with
Record deal.
RCA.
yeah,
Yes, yeah.
yep.
Yeah. Well, someone's saying they can't hear us. Is
Yeah.
someone's audio choppy or what's going on?
I feel like maybe it's yours.
Mine?
There's
Let's
like a faint buzzing background noise.
All right, hold on. All right, so what about now?
No,
It's not choppy anymore.
no.
I think it might be the Uchinator. But don't we
unmute
don't.
me.
No, you're unmuted. That's why we heard you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, don't. Black women's voices matter. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my lord.
oh boy. Am I already? Am I getting canceled on my first day back?
Yeah, I can still hear the little faint. Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear
I
it.
can hear it. Is it from us?
I think it's outside. Close the window.
No, I think it's you, Uche. I think it started when you joined.
It's
Interesting.
definitely not me.
Get out of here.
Okay. So yeah, people are really saying they can't hear us. That's interesting. All right. So you know what? We're gonna. Yeah, can't hear. No. Oh. Wow. Okay. Can't hear. No audio. All right. But hold on.
That just started recently.
We're gonna. Yeah. No, I can hear on my other screen. I'm not sure what's going on there. But yeah, the Uche, do you want to rejoin?
I'm the cause of the problems. Okay.
No, technology is the cause. Like
I'll be the sacrificial lamb. Bye bye.
Can you hear us now?
no, we can hear each other. No, but we have
Oh,
like a viewer
yes.
that's saying they can't hear.
I told
But-
you.
but the stat- But it's the static.
Yeah, it was static because I'm not hearing it anymore.
Huh.
Ask the person if they can hear us.
No, still can't hear.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was what I was trying to figure out.
Is it me?
Wait, say something. No, I'm not hearing the echo.
Hello.
What's up?
Hey, it's a little bit there.
Can you hear it? Yeah, I can hear it.
Listen, this is
Wait,
the
is there someone watching it and listening in the same place? That might be the issue. Uche, can you hear what they're saying where they are?
yes.
That might be.
Oh no, like can I actually hear them as they're speaking? No, we're in
Yeah.
two different places. No.
Okay.
I look
All
like
right.
in Nigerian movie. Look at how I'm sweating. That's crazy.
Wow. Okay. All right. So, all right, let's move on to slightly more interesting stuff.
But
And
then they can't hear us.
no, they can hear now.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
okay.
They can hear now. Again, we're not blaming Uche. We're just blaming technology. We don't know. It's just convenient that they all happen at the same time. So Uche, nobody's blaming you. So all right. So did anyone watch the Ja Rule and Fat Joe versus?
Yes.
It
Oh,
was Liddy.
It was
I was
lit.
not expecting so much enthusiasm. Okay,
We love
Because we're
Fat Joe and
Ja Rule
Ja Rule.
fans.
Right.
So, yeah.
you love both of them.
Yes, we
Well,
do.
we're
Well,
more
more
so
Ja
Ja Rule
Rule.
fans.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
I haven't watched the verses since Brandy versus Monica, honestly. So
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
this one
I
was
did.
This was good. This was
Yeah,
really
this
good.
was
This was
Yeah.
amazing. This was
Yeah.
amazing.
All right. So who wants to give us the rundown of what happened
I'll
other
give the
than
rundown.
Nelly awkwardly hugging
Right,
Ashanti?
running. It wasn't awkward. No, he ran. He ran to Ashanti. It wasn't awkward. It was
That
very
wasn't awkward.
calculated. No,
No, I
it
don't
was
mean for.
awkward for her.
Okay,
He
that's
literally like was
awkward.
pushing past people to go hug her.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Give us the breakdown of what happened.
So you know how okay, so I watched the Dipset and the Lux as well, right? So like they do this thing where they go back and forth and then they're like trying to, you
Trash
know,
talking.
huh?
Trash talking.
Trash talking,
Uh-huh.
right. So that's what they were doing. But I mean, everyone knows Fat Joe and I mean Terror Squad and what do they call themselves? Ja Rule's people.
Murder
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 Inc.
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 Such
Oh,
a Ja Rule fan.
right.
No, I know, no. It didn't come to my mind. But everyone knows Terror Squad and Murder Inc. Like they always collaborate. Like they're always doing stuff together. Ja Rule, Ashanti are always collaborating with Fat Joe. But it was good because it took me back to high school. Like it took me back to the period. Like there was a good like 3-4 years where it was just like Ja Rule hits back to back, and then you forget because of the stupid beef that 50 Cent had. And then people were like, "Oh, Ja Rule can't rap. Ja Rule can't do this." But then look at what people are doing these days. But and Ja Rule is an amazing performer
What? He was really
through
good.
and through. You know, he knows how to get the crowd popping as well as the ladies, if you know what I mean.
No. I don't.
Oh
He,
no! Oh no! Oh,
he,
I
sorry.
don't know what you mean.
so what happened was he off shit and it was nice. It was nice something.
It was a very nice something, yeah.
Did Fat Joe take off his shirt too?
No,
No. Why would he do that?
that would be unnecessary.
Wow, that's what is.
What?
No, but Fat Joe's outfits were nice.
Oh, okay.
Somebody
So
said
that's
you're
that's the
somebody said you're
equivalent of
handsome. Is that your friend?
just don't worry about that. Continue the conversation. Don't worry about that.
But anyways, it was I really enjoyed it. Like the songs, Ja Rule has hits, man.
Yeah,
Like
neck to neck.
Fat Joe was like, oh, you haven't released anything in the last 15 years. But Ja Rule was like, my songs are classics, and
Which
he's
they
not.
are.
His songs are classics.
Yeah.
So
The only-
was Fat Joe like being sarcastic with that? Were they joking, or was he like? Was that when he was losing and he was trying to save face? So what happened there?
So the thing is, they're like with Fat Joe and Ja Rule, right, I don't really think anyone was losing or winning because I feel like Fat Joe and I feel like a lot of New Yorkers are his fans, right? But the thing is, Fat Joe still has hits, but it's not Ja Rule hits,
Right. It's not
So
like,
like there was songs
radio hits.
apart from like Lean Back,
Right.
Make It Rain, and then what's the other one? Player No More with Joe. But like he
Wasn't
has
that Big
hits,
Pun?
but- yes, yeah, but he's on the song with Big Pun.
Right. Okay, he's holding the umbrella.
Like,
No,
okay,
no, he rapped. It's not about
Oh, he rapped?
Yes.
Oh, snap.
he was
He
a bit
rapped.
player in that one.
You said what?
He was a bit player in that one. You can't really give him. credit
Are you
for
guys gonna forget the 2019 Song of the Year, All the Way Up?
Right.
It's like a big house to a big
Yes.
house. He had a
I'm all the
girlfriend with
way
the
up.
cheese
Nothing
out.
can stop me. I'm all the way up.
But
Okay.
anyways, it was great. The trash talking, that's what men in
Oh,
New York
and
do.
and
It
can
was
we give
fine.
it up to
Remy.
Remy Ma? Oh my gosh.
Wait, she was actually there?
Yes.
Yes. She was looking like
She
a snack.
was
Remy
Snack.
what?
is nah. Like
Yeah.
when Remy Ma raps, right? Then you think of, apart from Megan Thee Stallion, and you think of the women out now who rap. It's like you
Yeah,
guys
you
like
guys aren't.
Yeah,
it's
but
not.
you don't have to compare, women's styles against
Yeah,
women's
I want
styles.
to though. I want to. I want to. But yeah.
The only thing that I'll say is that the shit talking is whatever. That's what men in New York do. But he got really disrespectful
Yeah, he did.
to Little
Factual.
Mo and Vita, and I didn't like that because he was
Yeah.
talking about how Terror Squad and how he's mentored people and they've become rich. So he was like, my bitch is rich. Like Remy Ma, that's my bitch. She's now rich. So then when Lil Mo and Vida performed, he was like, feed your bitches. Like they
Yeah,
hungry as
Tija
hell.
Rule.
And I'm just
He
Yeah.
like,
said they're
bruh,
hungry.
like you don't say that. That's rude.
I,
Yeah,
I,
Like
I thought
they're
I thought
just
they were
sitting
all
on their own,
friends.
they cut bullet.
that's true. That's true.
So it wasn't as friendly as I thought then.
I mean, not for Lil Mo. It wasn't struggling.
Yeah, no, Lomo, she was offended.
I
She
would
was
be
offended.
offended too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
she was
would.
extremely offended. Extremely offended.
But
Ah,
then the thing is, like, after a couple of songs, not immediately after she did her part with Jaro, after a couple of songs, Fat Joe did come out and he was like, give it up for Little Mo, she's a legend, and
Oh, he did?
yeah, he did say
Oh,
that,
okay.
but he
it's
didn't say
too
that
late.
about Vita though,
It's,
Vita, whatever.
it's
He
too
didn't say
late.
that about her.
After you said she's hungry, how are you
Yeah, it's
telling them
too
to give it
late.
up for her?
I mean,
No,
but
it's
she
too
is
late.
hung.
Well, I mean, I guess that was Damage Control
Yeah.
saying that she's a legend, but he didn't say it for
Right,
Vita
right,
though.
right.
And this is the thing that was a little like not really good because Vita, she's like really skinny now, and I feel like back then she wasn't as skinny, so she kind of looked hungry. So it was
She didn't. She looked fit. She's always been skinny. Go
Yeah, she
watch
looked
that
fit.
video. She's
Yeah,
always been fit. She's always had a six pack. That's just her
oh
look.
really?
yeah.
Oh, no,
Yes,
she looked really skinny.
she looked good to
But
me.
So who else was there? Was Charlie Baltimore there?
no, she
No,
No,
didn't
no,
come
she didn't
out.
come.
I wanted her to though.
yeah, that'd have been sick.
So who else? Who else?
Wait,
Ashanti
wait.
was there.
As we're talking
Ashanti
about
was
this,
there.
it just clicked to me. Why was Nelly there?
Because what's the song? Everybody hand go up and they stay there.
But he was not
DJ
on that
He
Khaled's
wasn't
song.
song?
on that. All I do is win.
I don't know. He was in a song with Fat Joe, so Fat Joe brought him out. I mean, I don't know which song.
Yeah, Nelly was there. Ashanti was there.
Is it
Jada Kiss
up in
came
the
out at the
morning,
end.
DJ?
I mean, of course, if Ashanti wasn't there, there wouldn't be a versus
Right.
for Ja Rule and Fat Joe. Nah,
True. That's
their
true.
biggest
That's true.
hits featured Ashanti. Yeah, nah. Was
Yeah.
50 Cent in the audience?
Right.
'Cause
Probably in
I
the
feel like
back
that's
trolling.
I feel like that's something he would.
He would do right.
Yeah, in the
Someone
back
said,
trolling, wear a hoodie and then start taking notes. This is how you're supposed to perform. Next time when I get on stage, I'll take
Who
off
said
my
Fat
Who
shirt.
Joe
said Fat Joe didn't have
hits?
hits?
How could Fat Joe not have hits?
I don't want to put this person on blast, but it's like Nelly sang "Hot in Here." Yes, we understand that, but what was he doing at the verses?
Exactly. He came to sing Hot in Here. Is he part of Murder Inc. or he's part of Terror Squad?
No, he did a song.
He
with
had a
Fat
song
Joe.
that with Fat Joe
I don't
that they
remember
What's the
played.
name of the song?
Exactly.
I don't remember.
Google is your best friend, man.
If you gotta Google
Hold
it,
on, let me
it didn't
Google
have
it.
impact.
Let me
He
Google
has
it.
he has a song with Fat Joe, and after he performed the song with Fat Joe, then he did Hot in Here.
Oh
So,
wait, he actually did perform "Hot in Here."
yeah.
So he did like halftime performance or something, or he just hijacked the
This
show.
was like a concert, okay? This wasn't Dipset and the Locks on Race platform. This was a concert, you know?
Oh.
Yeah,
Is it Get It? It says it's Get It Poppin'.
that's what I was singing.
I don't know
In
the
the
song.
morning, DJ. Something
Oh,
bring
it's
my
too.
song.
No.
It's what you gonna do? I'm
Let me
gonna
You get it poppin'. Oh yeah, I know the song.
yeah.
Nah. No wonder Fat Joe lost. Nah.
But can we talk about the ice that Fat Joe was rotating on his neck? Wow.
Go
I
ahead. Go
almost got
ahead.
blinded.
I wasn't aware that there was serious ice going on.
No,
No,
What?
Fat Joe had two
Between
outfits,
Remy,
and
Fat
he had two
Joe, and
necklaces.
Ashanti.
He had different ensembles with like different accessories and shoes. So Fat Joe, he killed it fashion wise. He looked great.
But you cannot come to a rap battle and be killing fashion wise. Like we're here to rap. It's like
Eh?
saying who was the best rapper at the Met Gala. Like nobody cares about that.
Excuse you?
I mean, it's part of the package as an entertainer.
Right. Isn't
Okay.
that what you guys do for us?
I'm sorry. What?
Oh, sorry, I was talking about something else. But go on.
Oh, okay. I see we've reached the Fat Joe portion where we're throwing subs. All right. All right. Let's move on to something more ridiculous than this. So Nicki Minaj has been in the news
Oh, God.
for a variety of reasons. I'm not sure which part you want to touch first. Or maybe not touch. Let's use a different word. Address first. So I guess some people were asking why she wasn't at the VMAs and then the Met Gala, and what came up was some sort of weird excuse.
She said she caught COVID.
She didn't say she.
But
Oh,
didn't say she. I don't. Did she say
Yeah,
she
she
caught
did.
it or
She said she
okay?
caught
And, okay,
COVID.
so she
Yeah,
said she caught COVID,
yeah.
and people were saying why wasn't she vaccinated? And then
It went
then
downhill.
shit got real, and her 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 words were her cousin's friend in Trinidad took the vaccine
Right.
and ended up
erectile
with
dysfunction or something.
swollen testicles, I believe
Yes.
Oh,
is the medical term. Just balls swole up out of nowhere. And I've already said that I'm not going to do like a COVID vaccine talk, or like my point of view is already well documented. Like do or don't. Like it's not. It went from personal issue after 500,000 people died in America alone. So whether you want to take it, whether you don't want to take it, well, while it's a decision for you, but it's not a decision that affects only you. Because regardless of how strong your immune system might be, based on whatever your diets might be, or whatever vitamins or berries or herbs or tea you take, you can pass it along to people.
Right.
mm.
And while the majority of people who died from COVID had comorbidities, these are people who would have lived long lives if COVID wasn't a thing. Like you could have what diabetes and be driving a car, and it's like you had a heart attack. It's the heart attack that killed you. It's not the diabetes. Like there are things that can coexist and you still live. The fact that this is something that is, I don't want to say preventable, but it's something that's easy to deal with, in that there's no reason why death tolls should be increasing now that there are several vaccines available. There's so many vaccines available that some are actually being thrown out because they're not being taken. But anyway, let's get back to the funny in this. Nicki Minaj said that she wasn't going to take the vaccine, or she needed to do more research to see what else is going on. And I don't know if any of you want to address this, but what exactly is the research that Nicki was going to do that the FDA, the CDC, the WHO, Pfizer, Moderna, whoever, that they haven't done, that Nicki's going to do, and it's all of a sudden it's going to make it either safer or worse for everybody else?
So let me jump in and say this based off of what you said.
Mhm.
He said, I have this little thing jingle that I coined. Even if you're an anti-vaxxer, don't be an anti-masker. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of cute. Yeah.
It
Anyways.
works.
So I'm a distant relative to the Barbs. So I'm like part of Nikki's camp, or what I'm saying.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't be sorry. That's anyways. I think it's one of those things where, and again, it's been documented in history, where Black people don't really trust the American government for several reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, she's not going to have like a eureka moment and be like, oh my gosh, blah, 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 I found that the vaccine does XYZ. But
Right.
Black people have a reason to not trust what the government says. Have Tuskegee syphilis experiment, the eugenics thing, so there are reasons why somebody would be like, okay, this COVID vaccine came out mad soon, and so I'm going to chill and wait till at least a year or 2 years and then take the vaccine. So I'm not saying she's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's a viewpoint out there.
Okay. While I understand that that is a viewpoint, so you mentioned the Tuskegee experiment, and regarding syphilis, and while I totally understand the hesitance that Black people might have when it comes to trusting big government or any kind of medical whatever, it is incumbent upon us to like make decisions that when it comes to even the treatment of COVID, when it comes to unequal distribution of vaccines for COVID, we can't complain about not being treated when we are hospitalized, when COVID comes about, or receiving any kind of treatment when we're hesitant to sign up for the actual trial part, not even the rollout, the trial, and B, when it's a matter of when the vaccines are then widely available. There's a reason why it didn't come to our communities first. We can say they were trying to use us as test dummies, guinea pigs, whatever. It's the rich and powerful that got it first, not us.
True.
So it's like they can't be trying to kill us and hiding it from us at the same time. So it's like the science or the opinion or the narrative changes, because at one point there were a lot of Black people who were pushing that the disease isn't even real for whatever reason, to the matter of, and it was always, oh, my friend heard this, or this happened with my coworker, and those stories seem to pass along faster than like actual fact. And because we're already, like, by nature we're already distrusting, we're for some reason we'll believe the coworker or the friend of someone that we saw on Facebook, rather than like there are Black people that work in healthcare, in tech, in medicine, or whatever. Like, do you want to say that all of them are conspiring? All the doctors, the people who live in New York that were hearing sirens every day and every night, with bodies piling up in ice trucks because the morgue had run out of space, were they all conspiring that, okay, so now after a year we finally accepted that the disease is real? And what happens? They pivot. Oh, well, the vaccine. They're trying to inject chips into our bodies through this. Like, first of all, everybody that's tweeting and Facebooking, whatever, you already have that chip in your phone that's showing everyone where you are, where you've been, where you're going, what you're going to buy, even before you know it. And you think they have to inject something into your bloodstream to do it?
Right.
It's like the I don't want to like I don't say they're stupid, but they say very stupid things consistently, and they use that as justification for whatever they're like. See, I had COVID. I was as careful could be. I still have a stack of like 20 bottles of hand sanitizer, about 400 masks, gloves, everything.
Please, can I have some?
We'll talk about that afterward. Don't worry. We'll talk about that. And I know what I went through when I was dealing with it, because like I literally could not sleep for 4 days because my temperature was so high that it kept my heart rate too high for me to go to sleep for 4 days. So when people were then saying the disease didn't exist then, I'm like, okay, sure. This is me faking it. I don't want to sleep. No sleep. That's what was going on with my 104-degree fever. And then the vaccine comes along, and I can understand hesitation because they still haven't approved the vaccine for people under the age of 12, and they also were hesitating to give it to pregnant people, although they found that there are no long-term effects as of now. This whole, someone said that, haha, I thought y'all weren't going to talk about the vaccine. I wasn't going to talk about it, but then when you bring up chain a thought process that some people have, and they feel like it's valid. It might be valid to them, but we also have to
Yeah.
understand that we also have to understand that these decisions don't just affect us; they affect everyone we come in contact with. Because I literally did not go out of my house without a mask on for over a year, and I still somehow caught it. So that lets you know how contagious the initial disease was. Then when you take into account the Delta variant and however many variants we're going to have because people won't take the vaccine.
Yeah.
So like the disease just keeps getting more and more resilient to whatever we have. But anyway, so let's get back to swollen testicles, please, because
So
She's
okay,
gonna
go ahead.
take the reign of this one.
Go ahead.
it's not about taking the rate. So
Mhm.
I I kind of get annoyed when I hear, and it's mostly young people, right? I get annoyed when I hear young people say stuff like, "Oh, we don't have enough information. We need to do our research." The drugs that you take, right? Cold medication, headaches, flu, all of that. How much research did you do before you took that medication? Percocet, oxycodone, codeine, Xanax. How much research did you do? What do you know that's inside there? Even if you read the ingredients, what do you know those ingredients are? You don't. But guess what? You trust that whoever gave it to you is giving it to you with the intention of it's going to treat this, it's going to treat that. So my thing is, when did everyone become a scientist that we now all want to do research? Where are you doing your research? Where? Where? Like where?
YouTube,
Where are you getting your
YouTube.
information from? And that's the thing. That's the thing that pisses me off. It's like you now follow conspiracy pages where they say, oh, they're trying to do this and they're trying to do that. And then that's your form of research. Meanwhile, there are people out there who are actually conducting trials, who are actually doing things, and the information is out there. It's one thing if the information is hidden. Information is out there, right? As soon as COVID hit, they started doing trials in different countries of the world to see how, how they could treat it, with vaccines and everything. Granted, yes, this is one of the first times that a vaccine is being put out that fast. But then, in the same breath, what's the other option? Like, people don't realize what's the other option. You don't take it, you get COVID, or you don't take it, someone else can get COVID. Okay, you have a strong immune system, like you said, told you, right? It's not always about you. And that's one thing I've noticed about this country. People have a tendency to be very, very selfish. It's like, well, I'm not going to take it because I don't want to take it. Meanwhile, it's like, take it because even if you're fine, there are people whose immune system is immunosuppressed, right? They can't fight it if they were to get it. And I'm not even talking about conditions like diabetes and heart conditions. I'm talking about even cancer patients. Like, people forget there's so many people walking around that are sick. And if you say to yourself, it's one thing if you say you're not taking it, it's another thing if you're not taking, you're not wearing mask. And unfortunately, there's certain communities, you don't believe in taking the vaccine and you don't believe in wearing masks. So it's like, but then you complain and say that our communities are affected the most. We don't get the proper treatment. We don't get this. We don't get that. You don't believe it's real. You don't want to wear masks. Then when you end up in the hospital, the whole point of doing all these things is so you don't end up in the hospital and face the disparity in healthcare. That's the whole goal. But then if you're just out here, oh, it doesn't really matter, and then you go to the hospital, guess what? They're overwhelmed. Doctors, nurses, they're human beings. They're overwhelmed. People make mistakes in every job. And I'm not making excuses. I'm making it seem like there isn't a disparity between blacks and whites in healthcare. There definitely is. But the whole point is anything you can do to help yourself, it's always best to do that first. Take your health into your own hands. And it's like people are just, oh, let me go online. Oh, they said, we shouldn't eat this and they're going to do this and how does that make more sense to you than a vaccine coming out? First of all, not all those companies are even American. So to even say it's the US government, like COVID affected the entire world. It's like COVID, life is bigger than America. If you think everything is about the American government, there's a problem. COVID affected every country. And then the sad thing is there are countries where people aren't even getting access to vaccines like this, and they're wishing they did. and then you're in a country where certain states they're even giving you money to get vaccinated, and you're like, yeah, no, I don't think so. Can you imagine if we lived in those countries where you wanted a vaccine but you couldn't get it? Then it would be a problem. Then people would be like, oh, but that's not fair. How come in our country we don't get it? I don't know. This topic really, like, it rubs me the wrong way, because it's like in the black community, the information that travels the fastest is always the incorrect one, and that pisses me off, because you have black doctors who are telling you to take it. You have people in the pharmaceutical industry vouching and saying, yes, take it. One of the people who even came up with the vaccine is a black woman.
The
What?
Cameroonian doctor?
I'm not talking about clowns. The person who one of the people who came up with the actual vaccine. And another thing is, it's not like this is, the vaccine was just made from air. Scientists have already been researching the virus. It just has a name. It has a name, COVID-19.
Is it
Previously,
a variant of SARS or
yes,
it's a variant
something
of
like that, or
SARS?
within
It's
the
of,
same
it's of that
family.
family, yes.
Yeah.
Right. And they've been doing research. So them putting a vaccine this fast, it's not like they're working from scratch. They're not working from scratch. It's like coming in the middle or close to the middle and starting to work on something.
Something sweet in the middle.
So then for Nicki Minaj to put out that tweet and then she caught COVID, but then you're still saying all of that. Guess what? She may now secretly go tell people in her family to get vaccinated, and she won't let anybody know. She won't say anything.
That's usually how it goes, though. Like, the people who are so opposed to it in public have either gotten or have already gotten vaccinated in private, and it just does more for their brand to be publicly opposed. Like like the governor in Texas, Abbott. There's
Right.
literally proof of him getting vaccinated while opposing the vaccine mandates in at every turn, even mask mandates. And like, why are you guys so like determined to have your constituents killed? Like, why is this your deal? Like, is that what you want to do? Like, I but but I'm not saying I don't want to say there's any merit to what she's saying, but let's just and hear me out here. Let's say what she said was true, and the vaccine does cause swollen testicles.
Mhm.
Would that be a valid enough reason to not get the
No, it's not, because I'm pretty sure there's medication for swollen testicles. Like,
See, as the only person on the panel with testicles, I feel like I have to oppose that view because because how swollen are we talking, first of all?
oh, okay. Let me say something, right?
Mhm.
Let me say something.
She about to school you.
People,
On testicles?
no, no,
Are you
no,
about
no,
are,
no, no,
are you
no,
about to
not on
woman explain
testicles.
testicles?
No, not on testicles, right? No, not on
Mhm.
testicles.
Mm-hmm.
People are out here catching STDs that affects their private parts,
Mm-hmm.
and people are still out here moving mad with no protection. Does it stop them? No, it doesn't. Right? Doesn't stop people. Doesn't make people do things differently. We all know the effects that it has. We've all seen the slides. We've all seen the pictures of different STDs and what they do to men's private parts. Has it stopped anybody from doing anything? And then it's the vaccine for COVID that causes swollen testicles, which you probably could take medication for. That's
Okay,
what would
but
stop you from death.
okay, so back to Nicki Minaj. I don't think she was saying it in a way of don't take it. She was just giving her own opinion about what happened to her family. This was not a don't take the COVID vaccine PSA. This was just a this
So
is what happened
Uchinator.
to a
So
family
let
member.
me so what she did was she gave credence to a rumor of a rumor. She gave it the same credence that she gave to the CDC. Like, on one hand, there are 200 million doses of the vaccine that have been given out versus her friend's cousin's testicles, and she's giving them equal weight. Well, I shouldn't be putting my hands like that when I'm talking about testicles, but it's she she's basically saying, like, okay, I hear everything you've been saying for the last 18 months, but these testicles, though, like, you should, like, but and then we come to find out that the story wasn't even true.
Oh, it was debunked?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Like to the fact that the cousin,
What's
like,
going on?
what happened? Oh, you what happened? What
The
was?
the sisters are having technical difficulties zooming in and out.
Oh,
Yeah, it's fine now. Thanks. It's
oh,
good.
okay. But yeah, so it was like even the Department of Health in Trinidad came out and debunked it to the point like no, there, well, nobody. There's literally no case of that in the country. There's no case of swollen testicles with regards to the vaccine. There might be swollen testicles based on something else, like you said. There are other diseases that
Right.
cause that. I have no idea what those are. I have never been in that position, for the record, and
Disclaimer.
I'm just saying, like, but the fact is, we are giving people who haven't, like, we're giving people who aren't peer reviewed the same airtime that we're giving people who are not only peer reviewed, but like there are consequences when they are wrong. We're giving them the same airtime, and that's the thing that's harmful. I can understand having hesitance. I can understand being skeptical. I don't understand, like, oh well, YouTube told me it's like this from Mr. I don't trust the news 345, so it must be true. Like, yeah. Then you see like none of the books in his house have barcodes. Like that is that the person you're believing?
Wow.
Like, yeah, because like those people, like, if that's where you get your information from, it means from conception to writing to production, nobody else was involved in it. Nobody else could, like, let me take a look and see if this passes the sniff test. That's the same thing that happened, because there was also this rumor going around where people were like, oh, I went for a COVID test and I left and I still got a result that said I had COVID.
Sounds
But
like Nigeria.
when you trace it, it's like it always happened to a coworker or a friend's coworker, never them, but they pass it off as the truth. They pass it off as gospel, and we're like, yeah, 500,000 people have died from it in America. 200 million doses of the vaccine have come out, have been administered, and yet you're listening to those same 3-4 people who have their words magnified, and but you know what? I like I said, I said I wouldn't talk about the vaccine, and yet here we are. I was just trying to talk about swollen testicles and see why. I know the Uchinator said she's partial barb, and they went to the CDC headquarters to go protest. So, do you want to speak up for your people?
I have no clue what bunches of people do. I just personally like Nicki Minaj.
Like?
Now, what I'm not going to do is fight for. Okay, I love her. Okay, I love her. But what I'm not going to do is fight for someone that's not my personal friend or family member. So, yeah. I don't. I didn't know that they stormed the CDC. How do you even get there? Who has the address to the CDC?
It's in Atlanta.
Yeah,
Oh,
I blame The Walking
Stormed
Dead.
CDC.
It's The Walking Dead that let everybody know the CDC is in Atlanta. That's why. I don't know what Yummy is talking about. I did not catch anything at any bachelor party.
We didn't see
So
anything.
okay, good. And
okay.
let's
Did
just act
other
like I
people
didn't say
catch
that.
stuff? Just keep it for themselves.
I
That's
did
not
not
the other
attend
guys.
any bachelor party at all. Let's leave it at that. Uh-huh. So this Nicki Minaj cousin, like, what do you think? What do you think is going through his or her mind? Because I don't even know if it's a male or female cousin. Do you know if she specified which cousin it was?
Yes, she said he's the cousin that is closest related to Safari. Oh, no, why would you specify? How are we supposed to know this? That's a question.
I don't know. Maybe because the news is Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend. Maybe she actually mentioned the person by name, and then people were like, saying the name doesn't mean anything. But if you say Nicki Minaj's cousin, like, I'm sure the cousin is probably like, see, this is why we don't tell you anything, or
I honestly
or the
think
cousin
that
meant it as a joke.
yeah,
It's true.
I was going to say that I think maybe the person who was telling this, it's like how I know this is going to sound stereotypical. It's like when Nigerians and Korean people are gisting. Sometimes you add to make it sweet. Sometimes you remove if you don't feel like it's sweet enough. That's probably what the person was doing.
Wait, what did she say?
Nothing.
Hmm. Well done. But no, that's the problem though.
I mean,
That's
at the end of the
that's the
day,
problem.
if the vaccine,
Mhm.
at the end of the day, if the vaccine made his testicles 3 times the size, then okay. I mean,
Wait.
there's
What do you mean?
no.
Okay, three
Isn't
times the
that a good
size.
thing?
Should we?
Three times.
What should we do? Should we? What should we do about
I will
that?
wear 3
I'm saying
masks.
okay, like okay.
No, that we cannot discount that. No, so see, we're not giving any credence to what she said. But if
Uh-huh.
that happened to be the truth, Omo, I I it,
Listen,
it
if
would
that's
give me
true,
serious pause.
listen, if that's the truth, I promise you, right? If they know how to extend men's manhood, I'm pretty sure they know how to bring down the size of balls. Okay, I'm pretty sure.
See, you're just thinking size.
Actually,
No, we're talking about like
but you,
expanding this
Okay.
testicle like this.
yeah,
No,
Yeah, to the size of balloon, right?
no.
and Kelechi, FYI, penile implants. They said that they don't really work, so a lot of doctors refuse to do the surgery.
I don't know. The guys who
So
get it seem very satisfied, so I don't know.
Do you know a lot of these guys?
how many men do you know with penile implants? Right. Hello.
Casey,
Poor connection.
that question was for you because
Uh,
because if that really was the case, if so, I'm just happy that's not the case.
Good.
That I'm
Next
just happy
topic,
that's not the
please.
case. Okay,
You zip it
so all
up,
right.
don't you?
Eh?
You zip
Uh,
it
I,
up.
I'll just have to wear my mask forever. That might be one bridge too far for me to cross. So yeah, so we're moving on from vaccine talk. So I know there are a bunch of things that happened since the last episode. I think the last episode was actually like an election recap that lets you know just how long ago it's been.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just gonna run through some of the very, very the things that are a bit lighter, but still made the news. So Sha'Carri Richardson, she was
Oh,
America's darling for a hot second.
like a hot minute.
Yeah, she was dusting people, and then she got caught up with weed, and then wasn't sent to the Olympics because of it.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of outrage, a lot of concern, a lot of support, a lot of finger wagging, a lot of America's the best, and there's an agenda against us. There's so many people are against Black women. There were a lot of things happening at the same time, and then of
I mean,
course,
that's true. That standalone statement is true. But go ahead.
yeah, that's the thing. Like, so a lot of things can be true at the same time, but she wasn't at the Olympics.
Mhm.
Whatever. The Jamaicans cleaned up 1, 2, and 3. And
Three.
while that was happening, Sha'Carri tweeted, "Oh, all this is happening because I'm not there. Y'all miss me yet? Blah blah blah." So then it was time to face the music and face the Jamaicans at another meet. And on your mark, set, go. I don't think Sha'Carri heard the last word, so
Wow.
Wow.
she didn't go as quickly, is what I'm trying to say. And again, the Jamaicans came first, second, third. Where's Sha'Carri? Where's she came in ninth.
Where is she? Is she in this country?
Yeah. And that would have been impressive if it was like 20 or 40 people in the race. No, it was 9th out of 9.
Wow.
Like,
Wow.
RuPaul, dead last. And then she came off the track and gave an interview that went viral, talking about I'm the 6th fastest woman in the world, blah. And like, Sha'Carri, if you had come in 6th place in this race, that would be one thing. So telling us that you're 6th fastest and coming in 9th is it? She's young.
Yeah.
That's one
But
way
then,
to look at it.
did you hear this week? Usain
Our,
Bolt.
our good friend.
Yeah.
Usain Bolt.
What's the
Yeah, he
lovely
told her to
quote he
talk
gave?
less and train harder. Yes.
Yes.
It said,
Yes.
talk less. Okay, hard, uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like what a lot of this feels like to me is we don't really know how to talk about women's athletics,
Mm.
because a lot of the same words that are used in men's athletics, but it is being perceived through like a prism of misogyny, a prism of anti-blackness, and it's like if there was more conversation around women's sports, the words would seem less hateful. There, well, don't get me wrong. There are some takes that have just been downright hateful. They're always going to be, they're always going to be those. But the conversation around her is like, okay, conversation was about weed. Okay, there are male athletes who've been busted for weed.
Yeah.
But there wasn't this much sermonizing about it. It's just like, okay, you do your suspension, you come back.
Yeah.
But the fact is, there were so many people on the other side who aren't into athletics or sports at all, who are coming into it because of her, and they're just defending her because they see a black woman being attacked. They're defending her. So that's personally how I saw it. Like, so many things can be true at the same time,
Mhm.
True.
and she has brought like a bunch of new fans to athletics who definitely would not have even given it the time of day. And now, like, all we can do now is look out for what she's gonna do next. Maybe
And hope
she
she
got caught
wins.
up in the celebrity thing.
I
Maybe she
think
got.
maybe just a little bit because she was at the Met Gala on Monday. She was
I
there.
mean, it's like
Well, even though
it's
she's
possible.
not been running.
And that's the thing. It's possible to
Even
train in the morning and go
there
to
was
Met
another
Gala.
gymnast. No, some gymnasts do go, so it's not a
Gymnasts
being
that go
caught
to
up
the
there.
Olympics?
Oh,
Or is it the gymnasts that get to the Olympics? Or the ones that don't?
Kilishi,
Oh,
listen, I don't know how they're doing Met
I'm
Gala
just
tickets.
asking questions. I'm just asking questions. It's just a question.
See, the thing is,
wow.
Shakari, I think it's Soja, I think it's Shakari, not Shakiri, but
no, not Shakiri.
she's a young
Shakari.
girl.
Shakari.
Shak- Shakari.
I've heard of Shakari.
Okay.
Shakari.
Mm,
So
Shakari.
Shakira.
Shakari. She's
Miss Richardson.
she's a young girl,
She
and she's
is.
How old
gotten to
is
the
she?
Olympics at a young age. I think she's 24 or something like
No,
that.
no, she's much
So
younger than
No,
she's
that. She's
she's
no,
much
she's
younger than that. I
oh
she's.
think she
I
just
think
turned
she's
28
21.
beginning of the
Yeah.
year.
so she's literally just off of teenager brain. So she's behaving like a child. She whatever smoked whatever. She smoked weed. They penalized her.
Yeah.
She's through a should I say a tantrum? I don't want to say it's a tantrum. She just expressed her views on how she felt or feels about it. I think she's young. Um, a lot of things that she says, she needs to learn how to say things and not just just everything she says. But again, she's young. But another thing that this, not just America, but people in general do is like they want to glorify someone, and then as soon as something happens, it's quick to tear them down. So
Absolutely, which is what I
it's
noticed.
just it's a lot of just hatefulness for no reason. But again, I think she also should realize that you should be getting your accolades for what your profession actually is. Again, if she
Yes.
wants to branch out and do other things, that's fine. But if
Yeah.
you're in your profession, you're not doing the best of your, well, I don't want to say the best of your ability, but you're not doing as good as you say that you should be doing, then maybe there should be more humility, or I don't know. But again, she's a child. She's young.
Huh.
I also want to add, right? I would also like Americans to realize the Olympics is not American, right? And they have guidelines and they have standards. And if you do what is against their requirements, the necessary actions will be taken against you. Is racism real? Of course, racism is real, but I'm going to need American people to understand that everything is not done against just black people in America, right? It's the same thing with Casta Semenya, right?
Mm-hmm.
They treated her a certain way, and she's South African. So we can't always make it about America. And I feel like sometimes Americans get so caught up in, well, this is being done to us, this is being done. If that's the guidelines and they say don't have this or don't have that, uh, I don't think your passport is going to make that drug vanish in your blood system, right?
Mm.
And yes, it's harsh. It's harsh, but the reality of life is, listen, there are rules and regulations. If you want to be part of something, you have to abide by those rules. Are the punishments maybe sometimes harsh on black people? They probably
Absolutely.
are,
Yeah.
but then that's also why you have to be more careful, because you doing that and feeling
True.
like, well, as a black person, they are going to do that thing you think they're going to do, and they'll
Yeah.
probably do it two
True.
times harder. And then
Right.
guess what? You're now going to be back in that position where you have now filled in their stereotype of what they
Right.
think you are.
Right. Right. Right.
Facts,
And then,
facts, facts, facts. That's true. That's
after
true.
all of that happened, then her publicist, people around her, instead of them to tell her lay low, then she's going tweeting stuff, saying stuff, and probably she relaxed a bit because she didn't go to the Olympics. Then went to Jamaica and lost. Right, that's a double whammy. For all
Right.
of that, you,
Right.
you should have stayed back,
Good
trained
point.
harder, so that when you're running against, and first of all, Jamaicans are not, you shouldn't even be trying to beef with the Jamaicans. You're all black.
Right. High five.
You're all black. If there's anybody that you want to be like, oh, I'm going to prove to you guys, you should be looking at
The Europeans.
right. Like, it's not the Jamaican people who banned you.
Yes, I said it.
It's not the Jamaicans who banned you. And this is one thing about me. I am quick to give people their accolades. Jamaican people, when it comes to running, that is their
Niche.
thing.
Yeah, that's their thing.
You don't need to come at
That's
them.
their
You don't
bread
need
and
to-
butter.
like this is what they do straight from high school. They are training from like seven
Right.
all the way till sixth form, which is what is that year 12? What is
Sixth form.
I don't know.
Yeah,
12th grade. They call it
Yeah,
12th
yeah,
grade, right?
12th
Yeah,
grade.
yeah.
Yeah.
All the way. So this is something.
What I
and a
don't
lot of
like
them,
is
Can she
Can I
finish?
finish, honey? Can I finish, honey?
That would
I,
be nice.
I definitely went
Can I
silent, so you could
finish,
finish,
honey?
honey.
Okay.
Honey,
Thank you.
I went
Thank
silent.
you.
Go ahead, honey. You're welcome, honey.
But yeah, like a lot, you have a lot of these major athletes in Jamaica. They come from poor backgrounds, right?
Right.
So for them, running is almost like what basketball is to
That's
Jamaicans.
true. That's true.
Mm.
So for them, it's like they eat, sleep, breathe that.
Track. Yeah, track and
So
field.
their business is not about doing interviews, saying this, and that. Their business is running, and I want to be the best. So, like I said, I'm going to need Americans to realize the world is bigger than America. Everything is not about us. It's not always us. Guess what?
Yeah.
They do the same thing to African people. Like they do
Right,
the same globally.
right.
Against the world.
Yeah.
Mm.
Now someone's going
True.
to come for me now. It's so sweet.
So what I don't like is when I don't know which black celebrity was like that they should boycott the Olympics, that they shouldn't watch it. To me, I think that's unfair because someone did something is penalized, whether it's appropriate or inappropriate penalization. Then the people that trained, the Simone
Right.
Biles, the people that trained, did what they're supposed to do, are in the Olympics and are going to be there and need the viewership and support. You're like, oh, let's boycott it because someone stepped out of line and got punishment that you don't think is warranted for what they did. I don't like that. I think it's boycotting / cancel culture that a lot of millennials or young people like to do, like, oh, this didn't go this way, so let's boycott or let's cancel it. And it's like, no, what? First of all, half of y'all weren't even going to watch it. You just heard about Shakari.
Yes,
Because
that
Jake was
is
boycotting
true.
it. So what are you saying? What are you
That's the
like?
truth.
What are you boycotting? Like, shut up.
No,
Right.
so, yeah, I agree to an extent, but I want to move. I want to move us on because we're already over an hour. So I just wanted to get to one last topic before we go,
Okay.
and it's about CBS trying to come up with a show called The
Let me calm
Activist.
down. Let me calm down.
I guess I was talking about this yesterday.
CBS. So the funny thing is, it was announced a long time ago, and I don't know why. It's just, I guess,
I think it
Yeah.
finally got the green light. That's why they were in the process of moving forward, and then they realized it was trash.
no, I don't
And
think
then-
I don't think they realized. They were told it was. They didn't realize because again, the same way drugs have to go through, like the
That's
same way
true.
drugs have to go through a lot of vetting processes. This show went through that and just kept going and going and going and
Right,
going
right.
and going. And then I'm sure someone like maybe like another Miss Richardson that maybe she was on vacation for last 3 months and she just came back to CBS and she saw it on her desk. And was like, "Y'all about to do what? Y'all about to have an activism contest?
Bruh.
Like
Let
for
me
real?"
tell you how when I read it, I thought it was a joke. I
Yeah, she
thought
did.
it was a joke because I said this can't be real. Usher, of all people,
Right.
Usher,
Mm.
Who's the other girl?
Usher, and what's that her name? Priyanka
Priyanka
Chopra,
Priyanka
Chopra
Chopra.
and then Julian
and
Howe.
yeah,
Huff.
Whatever. Who? How?
Huff.
You're a clown. Wow.
Julian Hough.
How now, brown cow?
Why? Like, of all people, please tell me the level of activism that they have done and the recognition
Right.
that they are the final three judges. And then on top of that, they said that they wanted them to do some challenger. So basically, like some survivor type shit. So that then,
Really?
yes, some challenges. Then they'll give them money for their activism. Huh?
yeah, because
What?
like what you do is you present your case and like, you know what? I know you're here representing orphans in Africa,
Right.
but you have been eliminated.
Right.
Like I know you're
Or,
trying to clean up the
I know you're
atmosphere.
trying to stop human trafficking, but before we give you the money, go through this burning fire in high heels, do it with carrying egg on your head. Only if you get through it, then we'll give you the money. What?
Yeah.
The only way this thing could have been worse is if Tyra Banks was the host.
Oh my god.
That's the only way it could have been worse.
I was rooting for you, Orphans for Africa. We were all rooting for you.
Because no, like I
Oh,
legit
goodness.
heard about this 2 months ago, and then it just went silent. So I just assumed maybe
wasn't
Miss
real,
Richardson, maybe Miss Richardson came back early and shut it down. And then like last week, it came up again, and like, oh, they're receiving backlash. I'm like, now you're receiving backlash?
I think American TV is so desperate for ratings. Like they're just
Right.
starting to put any kind of shit on TV. Like there's
Right.
certain. Oh, sorry, Toju.
No, don't worry. We've been talking about testicles for so long. Don't worry. Same shit isn't going to continue.
No, but there are certain shows I see on TV and I'm like, what kind of bullshit? Like, what is this? What is this rubbish? Have you seen there's a show on Netflix where people are like dressed like furries and going on dates?
Yes.
Like, what are you? And
Dating-
the
is it
thing
dating
ties
monsters?
into
Right, dating monsters.
I feel like this ties into Kelechi, the article you were reading. A lot of people in corporate America are taking hallucinogenics and then they'll come and put bullshit on the table. What if we have a show where people are wearing hats and then they have eggs on their head, but they're Christians, but they're marrying Muslims, and then they're going through the highway, and then at the end you see Shakari Richards. Like, what are you? What are you people doing? What are you saying? What like?
I was not
So-
expecting that plot twist at the end. I was not expecting that. I was not
How do
expecting
you
that.
have a show?
Yeah.
How do you pitch a show about activism? What?
Right.
Exactly. And then they said, and then when you win, not only do you get the money, you get
G8 summit.
you get invited to the G20, I think G20 summit.
Yeah.
Then the world leaders will welcome you. Oh God.
No, the thing that pisses me
Yes,
off
yes.
with stuff like that is there are sectors that don't need reality TV,
Right.
and
right.
Yeah.
activism is one of them.
Yeah.
Things that have to do with even like the UN and WHO, we don't need reality TV in those
Right.
rounds. It's just like who's the next how to be the next top doctor, what?
Right.
How to be the next top lawyer, like all these things, right?
Yeah, sure.
You can't just put them on TV. Activism, like these are things that people are getting killed for in their
Right.
countries
Right.
to do. And then you're now it's going to be filled with a bunch of Americans who are actors, and then they tell them, hey, apply, and then after this, we'll give you your own show.
Right.
And
Yeah,
then
true.
they're going to get there and start crying, oh, because my mother died of cancer, and then my family, died in Katrina. Like, it's going to be filled with
Top stories.
with some and fake stories. Meanwhile, there are many people across the globe, right, in Asia and Africa, who are actually trying to get their voices out, but because of the government system, they can't.
Yeah.
So
I
like,
agree.
like you're now almost like dangling it as if
Right,
it's
right.
actually that easy, guys.
Right.
Just
Right.
try and make it to Hollywood, and then we'll get
And
you
then we'll
on.
get you there.
Like what? So then what was the need for all the hoopla that all these organizations make you go through for you just to be part of them?
Right.
Then what's the point? if now you're going to make it so easy, all you have to do is go on reality TV. So then we need PhD, we need 500
I know
years of
that's right.
experience. We need you to all these different things that the people who work there had to go through, and then even people who are interested
I know,
had to
like
have
me.
right. And now what you bring it down to, oh, just apply to this reality TV and then you have your one-way ticket.
And then who's to say that even if they win the money, all of it is going to go? Because at the end of the day, are these people really part of the organization that they're coming
Right.
for?
No, like Kelechi said, they're actors. That's all they do in
Right.
Hollywood. Hire actors.
Right.
And then somebody's going to be the villain of the show.
Right.
Everybody hates me, but that's only because I'm passionate about dogs. Okay, all right.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
He's right though.
And the crazy thing, the irony is the person who won would probably be affiliated with PETA or something with animals, because American. That's the only activism that touches their heart. Oh my God! Like there are only 10 white lions, and they're going extinct. They always know how to reach the lions and ask them, hey, before how many were you and how many are left? Okay, so. So what should we do so that the rest of you don't die? Then the lions will say, okay, we used to be 100, now we're 10. So please put us in a place in America so that nobody else will come and kill us. Like, this is a bunch of trash. And
put us in a place in America.
give us first class tickets to America. I will show you a lion.
when the lions come here, they disappear.
Maybe it's not a lion. Maybe it's one of the people from your reality show that people are dressing up to find love.
Oh, God.
All right. So one last thing before we go. And Lil Nas X finally had his baby, apparently, and he was pregnant, and it turned out to be his album that he was. And I don't like the fact that he has actually come out with an album. He has captured the public imagination or whatever, or attention, and people are just not getting it that he was a troll that had a hit.
Please explain it. Please explain it to the general public, because most people don't know and they hate him.
So basically, what happened was, even that Old Town Road that went 11 times platinum or whatever, or was it number one song? Yeah, it has the record for longest number one or whatever. That song was
over
made.
Mariah Carey and Michael Jackson.
Yes, it's the longest running number one song.
Wow.
Yeah, because they kept on giving it a bunch of remixes that just kept it on the charts.
Right.
Yeah, like everyone was jumping on it. So what just happened? What is going on?
Sorry, my phone dropped.
Is someone going through TSA? What's happening? what is happening?
Put yourself on mute real quick.
So basically, he's equivalent to an Instagram comedian or whatever. And Instagram comedians, they fancy themselves either as singers or rappers or whatever. And his song just happened to hit, and it hit beyond even his wildest dreams,
right,
to the point like establishments had to contend with him. That's why he's even before he got on the Billboard chart, it took a while, because you're like,
yes,
we're not about to honor this.
Yeah,
and I'm not even talking about.
It sounds like a parody.
Yeah, and I'm not even talking about the country charts. I'm talking about the actual Billboard chart in general, because the country people, they were just not trying to let him be number one there. They're like, you can have pop or R&B. We're not letting you have country. But even before all that, Billboard was like, are we really going to accept this? Because that's what now launched his music career. But he's still a troll who happens to make music. He does things for shock value.
Thank you. That's the word. That's the word.
Even the song itself, if you have 2 minutes to kill, listen to the lyrics of the song. Very simple, but very stupid. It's not this heartwarming thing that kids were singing. No, talking about cheating and hallucinogenics and all that kind of stuff. But it's it was catchy, and it was maybe a bit too catchy. And enter Boosie.
Sorry, this Old Town Road is about drugs. I thought it was about he's taking his horse so he can ride.
Oh, he was not a horse he was trying to ride. he established that later on when he came out as gay.
Let me go and Google
With
the lyrics.
this no, it's very it's a bit subversive, but anyway, yeah, it's not just because it happened to have the twang in it. You thought it was just regular what they call it, country music. No, it's there's a little bit more to it. But what I'm trying to say is people are acting surprised that he's still staying the same person he was
Exactly.
before
Like I had this
before he made
conversation
music.
with the girls a couple of days ago, and I said, people are thinking too deep into who and what he is. Even when he did his pregnancy shoot about him being pregnant, off the rip, I'm like, this guy is about to release an album. That's why he's like he's expecting. It's common sense. He's not deeper than what he presents, but everybody is looking at it like, oh my goodness, there's an underlying meaning. No, he just first of all, he's just a young black man who's trying to make his money. He became famous by mistake, so he's going to ride this wave until the wheels fall off, until he can't anymore. For the
like
life of me, I don't know why
like
Boozy
Old
takes
Town
things
Road.
so seriously. Every small thing he does, you see Boozy. Lil Nas X, he did some what again? Quickly come. Don't you're taking
Boosie
it too
shouldn't even be
seriously.
talking. He's so annoying. Silly
He
man
takes
that
him way too
brings.
seriously. And Lil Nas
Ah,
X knows that he's always on the tip of a lot of black men's tongue. So he does it's like when Lady Gaga was always going for the shock and awe thing, like wearing the meat dress. That's what Lil Nas X is doing. His performance for the what was it called? The VMAs, every single one of his performance, he knows people are going to talk about it. Because if you listen to a lot of his songs, they don't have any rhyme or reason. For them, it's true, they don't have any rhyme or reason, and for the most part, they sound the same. But he has an album, and somebody's going to buy it, and it's most likely going to be children.
But him doing a pregnancy shoot was, isn't that what some Nigerian pastors tell you? You'll be pregnant with success.
wow. I
He just
honestly
gave us the visual, right, Uche?
Yes, that's the visual.
you know what? I think that's the perfect way to end this episode. May you all be pregnant with success.
Oh,
Amen.
Yeah, I mean, your sister said it, so I'm
Uche, we said that. It sounds like amen.
I mean, whatever that means to you. So I want to thank you all for joining the Well Actually podcast. Please remember to subscribe, rate, and review wherever you get your podcast. And we're going to try and do this again soonish. But yeah,
Don't you have something to announce?
what am I announcing?
That we're your co-host.
Are going forward?
Yeah.
Are you now? See, look at Casey's face.
JK.
That is
Just
news
kidding.
that is news to everybody. Okay, Lil Nas X. All right, shock value. Okay. And please support our sponsor, NigerFoodDepot.com. Use the promo code podcast to get 10% off. All right. Like I said, we'll do this again soon-ish. All right. Thank you for listening.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you.